What are you putting on the vent there, John?
This,
Yeah.
that's a sticker to say that this vent cannot be covered at all. Can't have any restriction over that whatsoever, because that's what vents the gas. If there is ever a gas leak inside the room, because gas is heavier than air, it will leak down and go out that vent, which dissipates out into the open air.
All right. So that's only half of the I guess the system that allows it to happen. Where's the other half?
There's another vent up the top, up there, but you have to have a vent diagonally opposite this, because this being mobile has to have all caravan and motorhome restrictions, and it's piped. These tiny homes are piped as a house would be. They're all done with large copper pipe, so there's enough gas to feed the household appliances which are used in these houses. And as soon as they're put on wheels, they're mobile, which means they have to also abide by rules and regulations as caravans and motorhomes. So it's two. It's a home and it's a motorhome.
Sure.
So,
and what's the difference between what you have to do in a home and what you have to do in a motorhome as far as being compliant with your gas?
the size of the copper pipe.
Yep.
One's smaller than the other, of course, because of small areas you have to get into. The pipe, bend the pipe, the amount of gas that gets used, because a hot water system in a motorhome is a lot smaller. Gas that uses in a fridge, a motorhome fridge, uses very, very little gas. In a domestic home, your household hot water system uses a lot more gas, and if they don't have the right gas going into them, they don't work properly. They will work, but won't work efficiently.
All right.
So you have to have it done like this cooker. This stove is actually a domestic stove. It's not one which is in the motorhome, because there's a 1/2 inch copper connection. Most motorhomes and caravans are only 3/8. So it's piped and built as a home, but on wheels. So,
Right.
okay.
And apart from the sticker or the badge that we had to put on the vent there, can you tell me a bit what's this particular
This sticker here?
one here that we have to have?
This one here is a compliance sticker. That's to tell you what you can and can't do in a caravan, motorhome, whatever. There's a whole heap of rules and regulations, like you can't use your stove as a heater. You must have these vents uncovered. There's just a whole heap of things that you can and can't do in a motorhome. I'll read you some. Persons should familiarise themselves with the odour of urban LB gas to assist in the early detection of leaks. So it's for you. It's good for you to know what gas actually smells like. If you know what gas smells like, if there's a leak, you can pick it up straight away. All this does is actually just tells you what you need to know. Yeah? In the event of an accidental gas leak, close cylinder valve and ventilate the caravan. So yep, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 13 or 14 things on there. Close appliance valves before opening cylinder valve. It's just a list you have to have that you read to keep it safe.
Here today with Harry. How are you going, Harry? Harry from Maroochy Gas and Solar. I'm really well. What do you think? What do you think of the tiny houses here?
Oh, I think they're fantastic. Yeah, real good investment, I reckon. Love how they go together, and yeah, they're spacious.
Can you just explain briefly what you've done?
So we've just fitted it out with the whole gas system. So you've got the gas bottle at the back with the regulator, and then gas lines running underneath the floor. And in the other half of the tiny home there's an oven which is connected, and underneath the ground there's 4 other connections that are capped off, just ready for anything else like a stove or a fridge or anything like that.
Okay. And can you tell us, Harry, what is the difference between installing gas or using gas in a tiny home environment compared to a normal house? What's the differences? What's the difference in regulations? What you can and can't do, and what you need to have in your tiny house?
Well, so it's more, I think when it comes to the gas side of things, it's more like a caravan than a house on the regulation side of things. So you need all your stickers, LPG, you need to have your gas canister in a sealed container.
We've got our gas container right next to where we're going to put our batteries for our solar system.
Yeah.
And how can we do that?
Well, as long as it's in a sealed airtight container, that's all right, because it just needs to be away from an ignition source.
Okay, so airtight, completely sealed.
Yep.
And does it need any sort of vent in that container?
Yeah, it does. We put a vent through the bottom of it just so any gas that leaks goes out, because gas is heavier than air, so it just seeps out the
gas
bottom.
will go out through the bottom rather than the side vent. You don't need a side. You don't want a side vent.
No.
You want a vent
straight out the bottom. Yeah.
So if you're going to put gas somewhere in your tiny house, make sure it's not sitting above the chassis or the frame where you might have to drill a hole in that. But you need somewhere where we can vent air downwards rather than out to the side.
That's it.
All right. Hey, thanks very much for your time, Harry, and thanks very much to Maroochy Gas and Solar.
No worries. Thank you.